Well, Mr. McBean, thank you so much for joining me this evening, my friend. I've been at you for a long time to have a chat about St. Bede's, and I've always been a big fan of St. Bede's Footy Club. Absolutely fantastic organisation. They're a football factory, and mate, to have you there as a head honcho, I've seen you at work in multiple clubs, and what you do is nothing short but miraculous, mate. So thank you for joining me.
Thanks, Dill. Be good.
So, mate, talk me through the transition, I suppose. You were a budding coach down there at the Northern Blues. You then went to Lara. You've also been everywhere else in Australia. And now you're
Yeah,
at St. Bede's.
yeah.
How's it? What's the difference between St. Bede's and, I suppose, the VFL system?
It's obviously totally different. So I left Northern a couple of years at Lara and then a couple of years at Rosebud. Um, Pretty much had that year off last year. We just helped out Michael Hazel down at St. Bede's. And he was one of my assistant coaches, did the forwards at Northern, I think, probably about a year before you popped along. So yeah, been there for a year and then just took the senior job now. So yeah, it's good competition, really young. A lot of boys come up from the school and yeah, it's a different competition, but it's going well.
And how do you find that, mate? I suppose with these clubs, you've worked at local. They've got a lot of cash. You know, they've got that sort of money factor for guys to come and play footy outside of the VFL. How have you found trying to get some good players to come down and play with you?
It is obviously difficult because, you know, there is a lot of cash out there at the moment. You probably get thrown a bit yourself, I suppose, but you rely on the school, and the feeder schools are really good around that area. They pretty much go to school together and they come through the juniors there, through the Colts, and then head up. Been pretty lucky that way. And, you know, it's a really good culture and they stick together and they really enjoy playing together. So, but recruiting is hard. We've obviously got the great Aidan Yallen aboard, which is good.
Oh, wow.
So
He
he's
is.
good. And
What's he doing down there? Is he strapping the boys' ankles and stuff, or is he
yeah,
actually
he's
playing?
really good at that. Yeah, he'll be strapping
Yeah.
his ankles, a bit of water. He's pretty multi-skilled, Yal.
You can't tell me that he's getting a kick down there.
Yeah, he's going to get a kick, they reckon. I hope so.
Gee, far out.
Name
Okay,
recruit.
fantastic. Fantastic. Because look, let's not put. I don't think that maybe Aidan Yallen shouldn't be the superstar of the head recruits. Because I know you've got some fantastic players down there and some blokes that I've got my eye on. Obviously, Kai Beveridge is just an absolute sensation down there. You've got Kai Beveridge. You've got Stewie Wines.
Yeah,
He's just hard at it. He's a hard-nosed bloody tiger, that bloke. And Stephen Clark, he's just all class. So
yeah. Well,
those three names itself, they're fantastic players.
yeah, Kai's great. Spends a bit of time in the midfield, goes back, real bull at a gate. Really strong, puts his head over the footy. Good character, pretty funny bloke. Got Stewie Wines, who just gets it and goes. Just wants to take the grass all the time. He's fantastic, another really good character. And in the two's got Stevie Clark, who just bolts out of the square, a bit like Plugger, just comes at the leg and just grabs them all the time. And he's been really good.
Oh, we love that. We love
Bit of a
that.
champ.
We do love that. Well, that's fantastic, mate. I'm looking forward to getting back. Obviously, it's been hard not having any games, but I'll definitely come down and have a look. Standard of footy, does it compare to VFL?
Yeah, it's pretty good footy. Obviously, last couple of years, they've been in Premier B. Before that, they're in that top division for a while, battled away, sort of got close there a couple of times, and then went down to Premier B. So it's a really good competition, really good grounds, good facilities. St. Bede's pretty lucky there. Just about to open up their club rooms, but unfortunately that hasn't happened yet. We've only had a couple of training sessions there, so that'll be really good. But it's really good footy. Yeah, as I said, it's really quick. It's probably a little bit different than local in regards to, I suppose, a little bit more. Well, St. Bede's are probably well known for being a really contested, hard footy side. So different, but you know, really good group.
And what are the resources like down there? Like, have you got good facilities? Is there a gym there for the boys?
Yeah, it's great resources. Got a gym there. As I said, the room's about to open, so as soon as we hopefully get back into it, well, Frankie, what's going on? Special guest. Yay! Good facilities, great support staff. Obviously, you know, physios and trainers. That's where they're really strong. Yeah, great support.
Yeah. Sorry, mate, let's pause there.
That's all right.
Obviously, Luke Beveridge, fantastic AFL coach. He's done wonders down there with the Bulldogs, but he's a St. Bede's man through and through. Does he still come down the club room, show his face?
Yeah, he sure does. I saw him there a couple of times last year. He pretty much stands on the other side of the ground and has a look and gives some really good advice times. So that's really good to have him around the club. It's a great support as well. Been pretty lucky this year with obviously a few footies off him, which has been really good. But as we all know, he won his 3 flags there. But yeah, really good. Great to have him around. Hopefully we'll have him around a bit more this year.
Yeah, that's awesome, mate. He seems like a fantastic guy. I know he loves to skateboard, so it might be good to bring that down as well. Obviously, pre-season got put on the back burners, but how was it all looking towards before it all got put off?
Yeah, it was looking really good. Great numbers. Pretty fortunate. Got a really good group of colts coming through. The kids are really keen, developing a group. I suppose they're really like sponges. They listen to everything you've got to say. We've got some great kids coming through. Some kids like Duff, Schultz, really played a few games last year. Big Hutcho down back. They've been really good. They played a few senior games last year, so they've been good. And the leadership's been great as well. They've really driven, great standards this year. And it was looking obviously really promising, but, it came to a screaming halt there. So hopefully, it's looking half okay. Who knows?
And it's looking like the season will get back on track soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, obviously, the May the 11th is that announcement and see what it looks like. Hopefully it goes back next week to groups of 10 and then not sure how long that'll last, the stages. And then, you might be able to, kick it off after then, but I'm not really sure how long the groups of 10 will be around for and when the season will get started and if it will really. We seem to be tracking in the right direction at the moment and the AFL certainly is showing some promising signs. So if that heads in the right direction, hopefully we'll get half a season in or get a few games in. It'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be super. And, mate, I know you're doing a great job down there. All the boys are telling me that already. But have you got anyone there helping you out?
Yeah. Got last year I worked a fair bit with Peter Turley. Turley's helped me once again. He's going to do the forwards. Hayes will be back around again as well. He obviously coached last year, did some great things for the club, really set him up right path. And also Anthony's taken a job doing the reserves, the development group. He's been fantastic so far. So it'd be really good to get him back on board full time. So yeah, really good support group.
And mate, Hazel, he's a fantastic man. Look, yeah. If he's half as good as stalking me on the phone as coaching, I reckon you guys are a shoe-in for the flag this year. I had to actually get my number changed. It was getting a little bit creepy.
He's pretty good, isn't he?
I appreciated that. It was very nice. But I'm really intrigued and very fascinated at how that sort of correlation will go. Obviously, he's a very passionate man, so I'm very excited for him to cut into gear this year. I suppose the boys are going to be very excited and they're blessed to have him. Yeah,
he's good. He's great around the club. I told him never to call you again. Has he called you again?
Well, I changed the number.
Has he?
So I had to get it changed, yeah.
He didn't offer you a job working with him?
No, he didn't. No, that wasn't on the cards, unfortunately.
No.
But look, not at this stage. But you never say never. Never say never. And I love the enthusiasm. So
I reckon you might get one more call before the end of the year. You just never know. It could be a cameo appearance or something. Just shoot off the bench, be a sub or something. Kick a couple.
Look, one thing I like to say is you never say never.
That's right.
So we'll say that, but not at this stage. maybe later. I'm actually enjoying having the year off, mate. I'm loving just having the year off footy. Obviously, the COVID-19 isn't ideal at all, but it's good to sort of sometimes just check in and have some fun.
Could probably fly Snags down for a cameo appearance, I reckon. You reckon?
Oh, geez, I don't know about that. Your son, Jake McBean,
he was in your best 22.
He was in my best 22. I actually think he's played for more clubs than you've coached, and that is a lot. So he has nearly played for 3 clubs every year for the last 8 years. And that says something about a fellow when they don't stay at a club more than 3 weeks. So I don't know if you want him down there.
No.
How are the players keeping busy during isolation? Have they got their programs? You still got them training?
Yeah, they got their programs. Had a bit of a Zoom call with the leaders a week or so ago. So just talking to them, making sure they're in a good way, tracking okay. They've got a program. I dare say, a lot of them will be doing it. To what percentage, I'm not really sure. But, Yeah, they've been pretty good. Done a couple of challenges on Facebook and just keep talking to them and, making sure that the leaders, they've all got a group each, that they just keep communicating and just keep their voices going, really. Then hopefully, if we get an announcement next week, we can maybe start in those groups of 10, but we just got to wait and see. It's pretty hard to plan. It'd be great if you had an end date, but as we all know, it's pretty difficult.
And, mate, look, being the fantastic coach you are, and one thing I always love to talk about is coach sprays. Okay, so
Yeah.
I haven't been blessed to cop one from you, but I have seen you give them out, and they're fierce.
Yeah.
Is there a bloke there at the list? Is there a bloke there down at St. Bede's that you just want to just absolutely rip through?
No. Maybe last year, I'd give the backs a bit of a spray last year. Actually, they were taken aback a little bit. They were pretty ordinary one quarter. We let a few go through, and I certainly told them they probably weren't up to standard, and they were a bit shocked about it. But no, I'm not sure. The sprays are starting to go out, aren't they? Unfortunately, can't do it much anymore.
Yeah, well, I wish they weren't when I was playing, mate. Maybe would have been a bloody superstar. I copped a few at my time, and luckily, as I said, none from you because you're a mean man on the field sometimes. And the boys, mate, down there, who was primed for a big year? I suppose obviously it's set back, but have you got any guys down there that are still looking to get picked up or anything like that? Like there's guys now getting picked up out of everywhere, and I suppose the VAF is such a good breeding ground for some good players.
Yeah, it is a good breeding ground. Obviously, last year, you play against some really good clubs, and Caulfield had Goddard and a few others and so forth. So it still is a really good, recruiting ground. We've got a boy there who played a few games for Frankston last year, Nathan Fay. He's back on our list this year, so he'll be really promising. We've got another boy, Braden O'Toole, who's at Sandy. He's been there for 2 or 3 years. So I'm not sure what the VFL looks like, but they're obviously pretty promising. We've got a couple of veterans who are going great. Mark Guest has been fantastic, hasn't missed a session. He's been really good. Barnes, the Mangonis, they've been great. So, and plenty of kids. The kids have been super. So plenty to look forward to.
No, it's exciting, mate. You sound like you boys are set for a big season.
Ready to go.
I'm pumped. I can't wait to get down and watch you guys have a kick. So let me know as soon as the games are on. Best of luck to all the boys, and that's Frank. And yeah, best of luck, mate. Thanks for having a chat with me, and best of luck for the year.
Thanks, Dill. Thanks, Frank. Thanks. Super work.